Welcome to Get Your Mind Right, your regular dose of insights and motivation for merchant service sales, digital marketing, and personal growth.
Welcome back to Get Your Mind Right, the world's only podcast devoted to merchant services and digital marketing professionals. Hey, folks, we're in the middle of a series here. It's called Double Your Production in 2025. If you've missed the first two episodes, go back and they're easy to catch on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Music. But what we're talking about is now is the time to act. Now is the time to get your mind right, and we're going to dive into that today. So, for you folks that are listening to this, you might Google this to get a visual of this because I'm going to talk to you about a railroad spike bar. And the reason I'm going to tell you that I want you to look this up is get an idea what this thing looks like. And you'll actually, if you Google it, you'll see it in action. Because at some point, somehow, somewhere, my dad acquired one of these. I don't remember exactly how old I was. I was probably 6 or 7 years old. But I was helping my dad with a project, and it called for the spike bar. This thing was an absolute beast. It was covered with rust and weighed about 30 pounds. I could barely manage it. But what my dad did was took the opportunity to teach me about leverage. He showed me how a fulcrum and a lever could move something much heavier than I could ever move on my own. It's pretty cool watching this work in action. And when our task was over, I subsequently conducted several experiments with the rusty, gigantic pry bar. Later that night, I told my dad about it. Dad told me that theoretically, if you had a long enough lever, you could attach one end of it to the end of the earth, use the moon as a fulcrum, and a single person at the end of that lever could move the planet. Now, Dad added the rejoinder that this would take a very long lever. My 6-year-old mind was and remains blown. All these years later, I can't turn my dad's theory loose. Now, at the summit this year, for you folks that attended, I talked to you all about leveraging your resources. And what I'm proposing that you do is what my dad told the 6-year-old me to do. Use leverage and move the earth. Because leveraging external and internal resources is crucial to achieving exponential growth. By utilizing them, you can unlock new opportunities and expand your reach. And the first item to leverage is associations. Associations often have networks with potential clients and partners. By actively participating in industry events, joining committees, or speaking at their gatherings, you are positioned as an expert while broadening your client base. For example, if your target market includes small businesses, partner with local or regional business associations. There are many folks in our industry who make a handsome living serving one single entity. Is this you? We have been successful in signing and selling into associations. Our brands we've developed of Jasper Engines, Woodsman, GovCard, and Prime Legal have all spawned from a single idea or a discrete merchant. Once again, is this you? Okay. Now, your action item here is to ask every merchant of the association they belong to. Gary Connor is the Director of Strategic Partners, and he focuses on associations. That's all he does. He is a lever. Use him. Your last item here is to set a goal for yourself. How many association flip-ins do you want to provide a month? Now, Jake and Allison had an entire segment on flip-ins at the Sales Summit. This is easy to do and has proven results. Never in my professional career has there been an opportunity to earn upfront and residual income by doing no more than flipping in a lead. Where is there an opportunity to play both offense and defense at the same time? Well, you get that opportunity here. Your merchant is already spending money on digital with another provider. Just by a cursory glance, you'll learn that most merchants do not know exactly what they're paying for, and it's rare they know what value they're receiving. Our solution provides the merchant both. You're helping your merchant immensely by providing them a service. They already trust you to handle their money. You've earned their credibility to be trusted with the digital. This also inoculates your merchant to competition. The more products you have with them, the less likely they are to leave you. Now, the recap here is easy. Make more money and keep your merchant longer. That is the equation for you to contemplate. So, should you have a goal for flip ins? Well, yes, and I'll give you a hint. It should be more than the number of merchant deals you're signing per month. Sometimes there are good and valid reasons why you cannot sign a merchant. Why not sign them on digital? I also encourage you to go through your book of business. Do those merchants have digital? You know what? I'm betting that they do. Develop some interest, just spend a little bit of time qualifying them, and flip them in. Now, your next charge is to leverage banks because financial institutions have access to a wide range of merchants who need support with their payment processing and digital tools. Establishing partnerships with local banks can provide you a steady stream of leads. Present them with a win win value proposition. You help their clients grow while strengthening customer relationships. There are reps that make a living solely off bank leads. Is this you? Now, your action item here is really simple. Where do you bank? Well, community banks are in the areas where your merchants exist. Nellie Schlachter is the Director of Strategic Partnerships, focusing on banks. That's all she does. She is a lever. Use her. Now, your last resource to lever is transforming warm leads to lead gen. And we have a department in-house that is trained for this specific purpose. Lead gen folks love getting warm leads because warm leads are easier sets, and lead gen gets paid off production, not on effort, but on closed deals. They set you an appointment, you do not close, they get zero, nothing, nada. Lead gen is a high quality weapon sitting on a shelf. It does you no good if you don't use it. If you're not using lead gen, help you set those extra appointments every week, then you're missing out on something. I recommend that you shoot for 5 warm lead transfers a day. While you're out on the move, engaging with your prospects and merchants, take advantage of your time either before or after your appointments. Just make casual drop-ins to nearby businesses and mention your connection. Drop names. If the owner's unavailable, grab a business card. Collect details such as the person you spoke to, the POS system or terminal used, and inquire about their merchant offerings. The more comprehensive the information you share with lead gen, the higher likelihood of success, benefiting both you and lead gen. Now, Jacob Noe has a great lesson learned module on this subject. Feel free to ring him or Alyssa up at any time. They are both here to make you more successful. Jake and Alyssa are levers. Use them. Now, is your mind right? Are you leveraging your resources the correct way? Because if you're not prioritizing what actually moves the needle, you're wasting time. And speaking of time, that's all the time we have for today. I appreciate you dropping in, and I'll see you back here for the conclusion of our series on 2025, the year that you double your sales. Until then, keep your mind right.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30 Eastern. Like, follow, share, and set your reminders, and remember, always keep your mind right.